Your research topic can either make or break your research. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. And if you're new here, I'm Tony and the CEO of Blue Draft. I've been doing research related tasks for over 3 years and I've been helping students with their research projects. And in this masterclass, I'm going to be showing you how to write a chapter 1 from the beginning to end. And in this episode, we are going to be focusing on what you need to address before you actually start writing your chapter 1. And this is very important because it affects your chapter 1 and also other chapters. So in this video, I'm going to cover everything that you need to know about picking a topic that is going to help you in the long run. Enough of the talking, let's get into the screen share. A good research topic doesn't beg people for answers. They invite people to complain and explain. I'm going to explain what I mean by that as we go on. So I'm going to show you examples of bad topics. Not so good topics. So the impact of cashless policy on the Nigerian economy. I mean, it sounds smart, like when you say it out loud, it sounds smart. But the work involved in it is actually much because Nigeria alone has 36 states. It has different policies, different data sources, and you're trying to carry out something that is too broad. So another example is climate change and food security in Nigeria 2015 to 2024. I mean, Nigeria is too big for one person to study. I mean, you need a team of researchers to undergo this, and you'll be jumping from, you know how desertification is in the northern area of Nigeria, and how flood is more prominent like the southern area of Nigeria, and you're trying to find 10 years of data and for the whole country. That is going to be a lot of work. You shouldn't be picking topics that are actually going to stress you in the long run. It's going to help when you narrow it down and your data becomes easier and faster to get, and supervisors don't have much corrections to do. Although yes, the supervisors corrections, but it's not be as much as focusing on everywhere. Like in Nigeria, if you pick a state and focus on it, it's better than everywhere. So there's a Goldmine concept that I actually developed, and you should use this to create your topics. So on the left hand side, we have easy access and topics that you can easily access, like for example your school. You can find topics that are relating to your school, to your area. You can find books, you can find data, and you can find online reports. If you're in a private university like Caleb University that you have to take exile to leave the school for whatever reasons, picking topics that are outside your school to collect your data, especially if you're going the questionnaire or interview route, is very difficult because you can't leave as often as those people that are in public or government-owned schools. You need to pick topics that has data available online and there are reports they can find. And over to the right, you're seeing topics that you have to pick something that people actually care about. So people care about things like food, money, they are concerned about heat, they are concerned about electricity, about apps failing, stress, and so many other stuff. When you can pick a topic that is easy for you to access and to get information and your data, and people actually care about this research, that's when you're going to get the Goldmine. And I'm going to show you what the Goldmine means. I'm going to show you examples of topics that fall under the Goldmine concepts. So it's not every research topic that must involve you doing questionnaires and interviews. I mean, those are the common types that we normally use. I've done the observation where I was doing a case study in my master's. I was doing a research on designing a community center. I had to go there and observe community centers in Lagos, and that was the observation kind of research where I did. Some you can use existing data, some we combine everything. The existing data, for example, I was speaking to a law student and she's using the doctrinal approach. So you can just find existing data, some existing laws that are already out there on the web, and you can criticize them and talk about them, and that's how you get your topic. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to get use questionnaires and interviews and all that, but also sometimes you can combine them. During my masters, I remember I used both qualitative and quantitative, in the sense that I used questionnaires and I used interview. You can have more than one, but let one stand out and be the main one, then the other one can be like a supporting data to what you already have. The idea is that what must exist for your claim to be believable, and I'm going to show you how to find evidences that makes your topic and whatever you're claiming to research on like very believable. So that is going to be in the next episode. There are hacks that you can use to find gaps in research, and I call it the blue drafts method, because the research is all about finding gaps. You're just changing the angles. You're not trying to invent the wheel, like you're not trying to create something new, just picking what somebody has studied before and you're trying to change the angle, and the angle is like the gap. So this misunderstanding is why people pick broad. This is why people pick broad topics, and they think that broad topics is like you're trying to be smart. Big topic means like more stress. A good research topic doesn't beg people for answers. It invites people to complain and explain. Enough of the talking, let me show you what I mean. So there are 3 gap types I normally use. The first gap type we're talking about now is location, and I'm going to relate it to an architecture student, because I'm an architect and I have architecture students in the community. So the topic is the relationship between natural lighting in studios and the creative output of architecture students in Caleb University. I mean, foreign research may say natural lighting improves creativity, but those research were done in Europe, America, and those colder climates. But like Caleb University, Lagos, Imota, Ikorodu is a different environment compared to that, and he has a studio, different studio design, different daylight pattern, power issues, heat. So does natural lighting affect the creative output the same way it does in this particular location in Caleb University? If you're researching on a particular location and there's a change in the weather and the infrastructure or the experience, then you have a valid topic, and this applies to other departments. Just pick what is working in somewhere and try and relate it to a particular area you're trying to research. If there's a difference, then you have a valid topic, and that's already a gap already. So the second gap option I normally use is the population gap. The influence of artificial intelligence, GPT, on academic performance of undergraduate students. Most AI research focuses on like AI experts, developers, engineers, but like mass comm students, law students, education students, they use AI differently. Developers, we're trying to focus on students. So that's how population gap works. You can pick what people are focusing on a particular population and change the population to suit your needs. So let's move on to gap type 3. Let's use this topic: factors influencing the adoption of mobile payments application among university students. Like, it's even like boring for me to even read it. And if this is like a topic, I'm not saying this is a bad topic. The idea of this topic, if you don't understand this, is like to understand how people use like mobile apps, like for example OPay, EcoBank, and all those stuff, like how they use it among university students. It's alright, but like you'd get like boring and basic questionnaires, like if that's the route you're going for, do you use OPay, do you use PalmPay? Like it's just boring. Like people are just answering it. Like it gets to the point where people are just answering it to just help you, not because they actually care. In that situation whereby I helped somebody to actually like just answer their questionnaire and out of the goodness of my heart, but I didn't complete the questionnaire because it was actually boring, and like there were like multiple steps and all that. When I'm going to create a questionnaire video, don't stress people that are actually going to help you fill your questionnaire. That is a video for another day. But like the topic was actually boring, and I just like picked anything just let the person like know that I filled the questionnaire, but I didn't actually finish it because of so many other stuff. But now look at this topic: users frustration and transaction failure experience on OPay and PalmPay among university students. I mean, this sounds more interesting. I think I need to replace this OPay or PalmPay with something like EcoBank versus OPay, because OPay is fast. I mean, it's fast, and EcoBank has disappointed me a lot of times. So the thing is that a lot of times I've been in a situation whereby I want to pay for food in like the cafeteria or somewhere in school, and like EcoBank just messed me up. Like those transaction failures several times, and like it's a pain already. And if someone has been in that situation, or it's something that everybody has, it's something that most people have actually been in that situation before. So when your topic touches real experiences, pain, frustration, fears, benefits, people don't feel like you're disturbing them with your questionnaire if that's what you're going for or whatever you're doing. Like, it doesn't mean that like the first topic that we talked about that is unread that is bad, but like if you're going to study the adaptation of like whatever app you're talking about, you must make sure that it's specific and it's emotional and it's grounded in real life experience. So I'm going to show you other topics from also other departments, and some of these topics I'm going to show you, they fall under the location, the population, or the variable, so any of them is fine. Like the whole concept of the topic is like how climate affects the food scarcity and like how the food scarcity affects people, the way they eat, and like what's the choice of food that they have available, especially on low income households in Ikorodu. The whole thing is that when people care emotionally, your data collection becomes faster. So these are other examples that would work. The impact of rainfall variability on the retail price of local rice in Lagos market 2015 to 2024. Like, this is for students that want to use stats and figures. You don't need to travel to the farm. You can get the prices from the MBS. I'm not going to pronounce that because I will murder it. And also you can get rainfall data from so you can get data from MIMET.
Sorry.
Something like that. So it's basically Dex research. Like, you're not living where you're staying to go to farm, but you can find the information online and it's very accurate. You can collect interviews and opinions from market vendors, those that sell the rice, and customers and people that buy the rice, because people always love to talk. And like, if you know the right questions to ask, people will always talk. And you can use this data source if you're doing like the mix method that I talked about, where you don't have to use only one, you can mix it, and it's going to be interesting, and your research is going to be defendable and is evidence based, not like based on your opinion. So this topic sits perfectly if you're trying to look for easy access and high interest. Like, it goes with the Goldmine framework we've been talking about. Now, I have a lot of computer science students on the community. Is that how I planned it? I don't know who sent the link to a lot of computer science students. I mean, it's okay, it's fine. I mean,
prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
I've not really done research work related to computer science, but I've pushed myself to understand how their topic goes and how everything goes, and I'm also learning as well. So I'm not like very knowledgeable, but I can spot a boring topic when I see one. And this one is like kind of a boring topic: design and implementation of a student results management system. Your supervisor probably must have seen it like over 50 times. And also your defense questions will be like brutal because your topic is just like broad, like it's just really confusing. So they'll be asking you questions that you didn't plan to explain.
You gonna explain tire.
Development of a smart grade point average, all those things GPA. That was all those things GPA that you're talking about. Development of a smart GPA predictor for engineering students. I mean, the whole idea is that people care about their GPA, and like, I'm going to point out the gap so you understand why this works. Most GPA predictor system like takes all courses, all grades, and run their algorithm. Shall understand what I'm saying? Can read
Sorry,
it.
I don't speak English very good, but I am speaking English 50-50.
You know, in every department there are like some compulsory courses. Some courses are like 6 units up to even 12 units. I did a course that was like 12 units. So those existing system predicts GPA generally, but like they don't focus on like early warning, like on those major courses, and they don't isolate the course that does the most damage. It's not like every computer science project must involve survey. Sometimes you can even build systems, models, tools. I mean, AI can help you out, but like if you're using AI, you should ask it to explain how he's doing it too, because if they're asking you questions, you can defend what you did. But like, the question is that who does this help and why should they care? The moment your topic is clearer, your supervisor approves your topic better. So a good topic doesn't help your chapter 1. I mean, it quietly saves your chapter 2, 3, and 4. Let's don't pick a topic trying to impress your supervisor. I mean, your topic is like a decision that controls how stressful your entire project will be. And a good topic equals less stress later. For example, I'm going to talk about the population and the location gap. So this theory works in other places or group. Your work is actually to check if what works in other places works in the place you're researching on, and that alone can even save you your chapter 2 and make your chapter 2 easier to do. So this also helps your chapter 3 because you already know the people you're going to meet, you already know the location, you know how to get the data source, and you're not guessing your methods. The results, and for chapter 4, your results are going to be easier to explain. So in the next episode, I'm going to show you how to find data that is going to help back up your research and make your research doable. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. If you want to find out how to find papers and references for your work, check out this video on the channel.